Get in here, get in here. It's your boy Cole coming at you with another video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So I want to give y'all a little story time today before I punch the clock, at the 9 to 5. So today's story time is how I met this scammer, right? I've been knowing him, but I didn't know what he was into. We used to mess around, so to speak, back in the day, when I was younger. Anyways, we had lost touch. If anybody's familiar with dating apps, there's same-sex dating apps. One in particular is Jack or Grindr. But anyways, he was on Jack. So we was messaging back and forth. I'm like, yeah, I remember you. You remember me? Like, what's been going on? I'm working. What you up to? So didn't know he was a scammer until I added him on Facebook, and he was like selling shit and stuff to people, I guess, for the lows. I didn't know how he was getting it. It wasn't my business or questioning him on how he was getting things. I just know what he was doing. So anyways, make a long story short, and I always say that, we had, been texting and talking. I was like, well, let's hook up, let's meet up. For old time's sake, So anyways, I ended up inviting him over to my house, and he ended up staying a few days. And we had a little fun. Now, the last day he was there, I woke up that morning. I could not find my debit card. So I'm like, dang, what happened to my debit card? Like, where's my debit card? So something said, log in your debit card. I logged in my card, and all my money was gone. So I'm like trying to call the debit card people, like, what's going on? Did somebody take my money? Like, where's all my money out my account? But my debit card people like, well, you used your debit card this morning. Mind you, I had a lock on my phone, but my locks don't be that hard. But this particular lock was one of them, locks you draw. I had a lock on my phone. I had a pin for my debit card. So I looked at the last transaction, and it was at the liquor store by my house, off Whittier or Harper, somewhere. So I went up to the liquor store like, okay, now you run your camera back because it says my debit card was used at the ATM this morning. And how is my debit card used when don't nobody know my PIN, right? I run the cameras back, and sure enough, it's the guy. He took my card and he used my card. But how did he change my PIN? I will never know to this day. Anyways, I texted him and called him. I told him, I said, we have the footage recorded on my phone of you using my debit card at the liquor store today at the ATM. I need my money. So my cousin, she had picked me up, and then my brother rode. Word of advice, never pick up your relatives with you to go do anything that's bad, because they gonna act a fool. No, you can pick them up, but just know they gonna act a fool. So I told my brother, he said, let's meet up. He gonna give me my money back. He gonna give me the cash back. I told my brother and cousin, I said, y'all stay in the car. When we pull up, I'm gonna walk down to the house he at, and I'm gonna get my money, but I'm gonna swing home. I had already planned to fight the boy and everything. We pull up, and my brother gets out the car and act a fool. And not only did he act a fool, he knew the people that stayed on the block. So at this point, the boy don't even want to come outside. He like, I left it on the abandoned building porch under the steps. I did end up getting my money back, but my brother clowned so bad, and the boy was scared to come out. I didn't even know what house he was in, but he left money somewhere for me, because he already knew what was about to happen. But that's why I told my brother to stay in the car. Stay in the car, let me do the transaction, and then we can get it popping. Like, I was gonna, bitch. I was gonna, get it popping. But my brother acted a fool. But yes, he scammed me, and to this day, I don't know how he got my debit card, how he got my PIN, how he was able to change my PIN, how he was able to go to the ATM. I don't know any of that information, but be careful with these people. Yes, you might know them from the back of the day, but people change over time. It could be somebody you was messing with around 16, 17. They're 30 now. Don't just think you could pick off where you left off at, because people change and they're into different things and they do different stuff. They could be into witchcraft. They could be into scamming. They can be have disease. You don't know. Like, don't just think you could pick off where you left off at with people, because people is not trustworthy and people is not real. And this story time for today, how I got scammed by a scammer. Just be careful out there in 2022. Happy New Year's. Love y'all and stay tuned.